Hello, everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, girl world, I am suffering. I am suffering so hard. And why is that? Because it's Chantal. Because yesterday, Chantal did a 5 hour live stream. Yes, you heard right. 5 hour live stream. And today, it was 6 hours. 6 freaking hours of a live stream. And I wouldn't mind so much if there were interesting things all through the live stream. No, I would actually be delighted. I would just split that up into 3 react videos and, just do it that way. But a 6 hour live stream where there's not a whole lot going on. Yeah. Yeah. So for those of you who are wondering why I'm not uploading as soon as Chantal is done with her live, that's why. Because she's not doing live streams. No. No, she's doing entire monstrosities that you look at them and go, really? Really, Chantal? Really? Look, I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know why she's doing these intensely long live streams. I think it might be a combination of different things. It could be because she's lonely and she's bored. It could be because she needs money for some reason. It could be just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But she's just staying on longer and longer and longer and longer. And some of the things that I've seen on Twitter, she is really acting desperate and broke or just straight up silly. Like she is humiliating herself. These days, Chantal is begging for people to like her streams. I don't know why. I don't know why likes are so important anymore, but she just keeps putting pressure on people to like her streams. Also, in the current live stream that I'm going to be reacting to, she was jumping up and down on her couch. And she also did a community post where she was asking people to send her dares to do. So maybe I'm wrong here, but the feeling is desperation. She's desperate for views for some reason. She's desperate for money and pretty much maybe in the position of I'll do whatever you want me to do as long as you give me likes and super chats and views. Like just throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. Yeah, that's kind of the feeling. So I'm going to be reacting to her live stream. Again, it's 6 hours, but good news, y'all. I'm going to scan through it. We're cutting out the first 2 hours, and trust me, you're not missing much. I'm just going to start at the part where she was out and about. She drives home, and then she starts talking. And before we get into that, though, let's get into Twitter, peeps, because there are a lot. And you guys are going to see some highlight clips of the live that I'm going to be reacting to, and also the other live, which I have yet to touch. So you guys know what time it is. It is time for the Twitter peeps. All right. So for those of you that are on Twitter, then you can find me there. But for those of you not on Twitter, this is why I do the Twitter peeps. So you guys can kind of see what's going on, keep up with what's going on, and you don't have to necessarily be there. So let me just go ahead and switch over. I got it all pulled up and ready to go. And there's also some fun stuff on Twitter too. And I like to just break up the monotony and the boring and the irritating with Chantal by showing you guys, warm, fuzzy stuff as well. So for those of you on Twitter that you want to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, Wild Girl Sarah. Let's start here with a post courtesy of Enigma 2025 saying, are they trying to unalive her? They must not have seen what happened last time. So Chantal did a post where she was asking people to send her dares. And this person, Strawberries and Cream, said, jump in the pool in full abaya. Well, didn't she do that the last time and she was basically waterboarding herself? Yeah, I think that's what happened with Salah. And here's the post. She needs some dare ideas for a dare stream. Again, this is something that she's never done before. Why is she doing this now? Does she need money just that bad? It kind of feels like it. All right, next post is from A7X Fangirl. Chantal without her chin spanks. So I guess somebody decided to do a picture imagining what she would look like without the hijab on. Like, what is the hijab covering up? What is it concealing? And that's kind of a rough idea of what the hijab is holding in. And this is Chantal with the hijab. So Chantal with it on and Chantal with it off. I think whoever made this picture, they're being extremely generous. I actually think her head might be a little bigger. Two-Tailed Caper says, we all know Foodie Beauty is awake for 8 to 10 hours max per day. As a nocturnal creature myself, I go to bed after 3 in the morning and wake up in the early afternoon. Chantal sleeps until late evening. She's spending 70 to 80% of what little time she has left on live stream. So happy, so fulfilled. Queen of WTF says 5 hours and she's still going. I know. I was like, when is she ever going to get off live? Like, is she going to go for an all-night stream? I don't get it, but yeah, she went for 6 hours. You guys are going to see. Kristen says, if Salah were around, we would have been crazy frogs. Kelly says, Foodie Beauty was live yesterday for 5 hours and today for 6. There was no proof of Salah at all. The dude is gone. The only time we've seen him is around payday. Love that for you, Chantal. Yeah, if she were married and if they were so in love, where is Salah? He's always busy. It's always her excuse. He's busy. He's got things to do. He's gone. He's just doing all kinds of stuff. He's always busy. It doesn't matter if it's morning, noon, or night. He's busy. Chantal, I'm going to give you my impression of your live stream. I was watching it earlier and I kind of watched the live stream from yesterday. The energy that you were putting out, the energy alone said, I am bored and I'm lonely. There was also this weird vibe of you were waiting for something. I don't know what it was, but you were waiting for something, like waiting for a delivery to show up or waiting for Salah to show up. But you were putting on your makeup, preparing for something and waiting for something. And I can't quite figure out what you were waiting for, but you kind of were. Milker says, dang, she said she would only do it if the dares had super chats. I guess she changed her mind. Kristen says, I dare you not to eat. That's a dare she'll never do. Your mom's emotional support carrot says, tell us how happily married and wealthy you are again, Chantal. Jolie says, Foodie Beauty live almost 19 hours in less than 3 days. Yeah, she's been going ham with the lives and staying for a long, long time in every live. And it's like, that's why I'm asking the question, what's going on? I could see her being live for like 2 or 3 hours. That would be about normal. But 6 hours, 5 hours? Like, what in the world? D. Angry Scott says, we're back out and about on the prowl for more food. I need opinions on this, though. Listen to that sound. Is that her gun rubbing on the steering wheel? Because it sounds a lot like friction against the wheel. Gunther is going to pop if you get into a crash. You know, I don't know about Gunther popping, but I'm not saying I want this to happen to her. But if she were in, say, some sort of collision or an auto accident where the front of the car was struck, like that steering wheel could literally cut her in half. If it's already pressing up against her stomachs, and if it's jammed even tighter or like suddenly into her stomach, that could puncture her. But let's watch the clip.
I have to put the GPS on because I don't know where it is. Honestly, I'm like lost as hell. Seriously lost. Okay, let's go here and pull over. I don't know where we are.
Yeah, I'm kind of hearing the sound of fabric being rustled around. And since she's in the car and she has trouble just shifting about, I don't think that sound is her shifting about in the seat like she's trying to adjust how she's sitting. That sounds like the steering wheel is rubbing against the fabric of her dress. So I would say, yeah, that Gunther is way too close to the steering wheel. And that's pretty sad considering she's in an SUV, which is much more room than a normal car. The Angry Scott says Foodie claims she's conferred with Salah and she's allowed to go back out for more food. It feels performative. Yeah, it is performative because he's not there. He's absolutely not there. And even if he were there, do you think Foodie needs to go to Salah to ask if she can use her money to go get food? No. Even if he told her no, she's not going to listen. So this is all performative. So let's watch.
I just conferred with my husband. Hello, hot tea. So I'm gonna go.
Chantal, listen. We all know and we all understand he doesn't work. We all know and we all understand that he lives off of your money, that you pay him. You pay him for his performance. And I suspect because he's not been on camera, because he's not been doing much for you, you've stopped paying him or you don't pay him as much. Hence the reason why he's not around. He's not around because he doesn't like you. He's completely burnt out on you and your nonsense, but also because you're not paying him to be there. So he just isn't. So you can stop with the act of you're acting like he's there, that you need his permission. Everybody knows and understands that you're bossy, that you won't be bossed around, especially when it comes to your money. So just stop lying, okay?
More hoses, disposable ones, I think. Salah said it's better. Hello. Because you can just throw them out.
Like trying to act like a traditional wife and conferring with your husband, honey, is it okay if I do something? It doesn't work with you because you've never been a traditional woman, never mind a traditional wife. You guys aren't really married. The marriage was strictly for YouTube performance, and he just prefers not to perform anymore. He's done with the act and he wants you to let him go. And honestly, you should let him go and go back home to Canada.
It was so cute. He opened his door and...
No, he didn't. Because he's not there. He's not there.
Leah went running for some kisses. You love Dad.
Yeah, we'll get to the kisses part later. I'm not playing the whole thing because her live stream is already just that long. I'm sorry. Let's move it along. Enigma 2025 says, LOL. Fish Stick says, chew. Gosh, the way you swallow whole bites. I mean, are you even tasting it? Like, not to be rude. No, she really doesn't taste the food. She just swallows the food. All right, let's do a palate cleanser with Small Silly Cat, co-parenting. So I guess the owl has a babysitter, a very unusual, fluffy babysitter. I don't know how they came to that arrangement, but I guess the owl is okay with it. Whatever works, I guess. Milker says Salah 100% wasn't home because, he would have goofy laughed from his bedroom. Fondue Pondu says, Foodie Beauty, you reek of desperation. I swear to blank, she's going to break a couch or leg. Keep going. So, yeah, this happened during the live stream. This is Chantal on top of the couch. She's on the couch. Not exactly a smart thing for someone with nerve damage in her legs and to do. I mean, she could fall, break her neck, break an ankle, break something, hurt herself. This was so dumb. Dangerous for her? Indeed. Very, very dangerous. Like, is this where we are, Chantal? You're a 100K channel and this is what's going on with you, that you're so desperate for money, you'll do anything for attention, anything for coin. Couldn't be me. Nature is Amazing says she saved a life. Thank you. So we got a little puffer fish who got caught outside the water, and this person's putting them back in. Puffer fish are cute. Just don't eat them and don't touch them. DK says the goat was having none of it. These people were trying to sell this billy goat for $150, and the billy goat's like, "Oh no, you're not. I'm going to tear up this sign. You're not going to sell me. I'm going to just tear it all up." I am not leaving. Billy goes, he's like, I want to speak to the manager. All right, back to Foodie. Enigma 2025 says, talking about the types of looks of people there, how you can tell them apart. Okay, so a little context. Chantal was talking about different types of people in Kuwait, as far as those, I guess, that beg. And she was trying to say that she knew from the types of people if they were beggars. It was really offensive, really offensive. Almost kind of put in a look down your nose, look down at people kind of context. But let's watch.
There was an Egyptian beggar, but there was.
And for the record, yes, I am extremely offended by the things she's about to say. But I'll let her say what she's going to say before I say something back.
An Egyptian beggar, but there's also Salah has Egyptian friends who are like engineers. Like a lot of them will come to work here as engineers, actually. A lot of Syrians here will run like businesses, restaurants, perfume businesses, stuff like that. Is like the norm, what you see. 3 other women, yeah. Like Khalijis have a certain look, and then Egyptians have a certain look. It's like you can just tell, like when specifically in Kuwait, like maybe in the rest of the world I couldn't tell if someone was Egyptian or you know what I mean, but like here you just get to know like the dynamic. I don't know how to explain it, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way at all, you know.
She's saying she can spot a beggar. That there are types of people, I guess, that are beggars. Chantal, as far as beggars go, you really can't look down your nose at anyone who's a beggar, no matter where they are in the world. Do you want to know why? Because you yourself are a beggar. Just because you get online and you do it electronically through the internet, you're still a beggar. And as far as people who are homeless or people who are beggars go, everybody's got a different story. Everybody's got a different backstory. You can't judge people based on what they're doing. And you shouldn't judge. You really shouldn't judge. I mean, I lived in Long Beach for years, and I met a lot of people who are homeless, and they were doing the hustle. They were trying to get some money in their pocket. And a lot of them were really, really nice people. All you got to do is walk up and say hello to them and introduce yourself, or at least be friendly, and they'll open up and start talking to you. But you're over there talking as if you're out and about talking to people all the time. When you go out, the most you'll do is go to the beach, feed the cats to be performative, go get an ice cream at the beach, go get your fast food, go to Sephora. You don't make a point to go talk to people, get to know people, learn from people. And let's be honest and let's be clear, okay? Lean in and listen to what I have to say. Madam, I've been watching you for years, literal years, and I can't think of a single instance where you lived on your own. You always hop from person to person to person, living in somebody else's house. Somebody else's name is on the lease, not yours. When you live with BB, BB was the one who paid the bills. BB was the one who paid the rent. you lived in BB's house. And then after BB kicked you out, you moved in with Pete's. Pete's name was on the lease. And now here you are in Kuwait. I guarantee you, your name is not on the lease. So you are essentially a guest in somebody else's dwelling. But at any given time, and this is true for a lot of people too, not just you, the way the economy is and the way things are in the world right now, we are all, most of us, one or two missed paychecks, one tragedy, one bad turn of luck from being on the street. It can happen just that fast. And that doesn't mean the person that it happens to is a bad person or they made bad choices. It could just be a bad turn of luck. That's why you should be grateful to be on YouTube and be able to make the money that you do, because without YouTube, without your YouTube audience, you might be on the street. You might be dealing with the hard times. So the next time you go out there and you see somebody who's homeless, you see someone that's begging, don't you dare look down your nose at that person. No, no. Because you never know. One day it might be you. One day you might run into a bit of bad luck. And then the tables will be turned and somebody else might be looking at you in a certain kind of way. But don't judge people based on types. It sounds so wrong, you know? Moving on to Fondue Pondu, Foodie Beauty, and there is your confirmation that she is on a tourist visa and not married. Let's watch. So Alice McGee says, Chantal, can you tell me though, can you just trade your license in Kuwait?
I can't really, Alice, because it'll give away stuff.
If you were doing things in the legal way, there'd be nothing to worry about. But we all know and understand that you do things using loopholes because you can't go about things the legal way. You're all about loopholes and being shady and, doing things underneath the table. We know, we are aware. Enigma 2025 says she laughs at poor people just because it looks slummy. Just because there's trash everywhere doesn't mean it's a third world country. Don't laugh at others when you're just as bad. Let's watch the clip.
Oh. Yeah, they put more honey than usual. Delicious. These are the more interesting places, though. People are so nice here. Delicious. Wow. Yeah, they put more honey than usual. Look, third world country. It is kind of slummy.
The irony of her judging a place based on trash everywhere when we all remember what the villa looked like back in Canada, don't we? The apartment that she shared with Pete's, there was trash everywhere in the kitchen, in the living room, in her bedroom. The trash in her bedroom was especially bad. Using an actual garden rake to rake up the trash when somebody did clean up her bedroom. And I kid you not, there were 12 lawn trash bags full of trash for one small room. That's how bad it was. And never mind the 3 or 4 box mountains in the house, Amazon boxes that were stacked from ceiling to floor, and there were piles of them because she was a shopaholic. And she wants to talk about other people's trash? Okay. All right. So Enigma 2025 says, so the other room has the blue couch? Huh, it would seem so. So I guess that's where the blue couch ended up, in the other room. Huh. You know what, Chantal? I wonder, what are you doing in that other room that you can't show us? Like, If there's nothing going on in there, why can't you show us the storage room? Like, what are you doing in there after dark? Farrah Fiasco says Meemaw gets down after drinking a Bartles and James at the block party. No, not Meemaw. What? All right. D Angry Scott says the whole stream is boring and unnecessarily long. Her tummy hurts, but I'm sure it's nothing some meds and Shisha can't fix. Let's watch the clip.
Hello. Oh, my tummy hurts me.
Gee, I can't imagine why. In the 6-hour live, you ate 3 times in 6 hours, so you were literally eating every 2 hours. I can't imagine why it feels bad.
All right, medication's time. Thank you. Thanks, Missy Med, Mimi.
So yeah, I guess that happened. She's taking heartburn medication. Tweety says she will now do full body dances every 5 members. She's basically selling humiliation. Sad. Yeah, 100K channel. Desperate for views, desperate for members. I'll do anything so you'll sign up for that $5 membership. Again, couldn't be me, wouldn't be me, but you go ahead, Foodie. You go ahead. Original Spike. This is a cool clip. So Dad's going to talk to the neighbors, and the dogs didn't get up until they saw the baby. Like they're on high alert for the child, making sure she stays okay. That's a well-protected child, I'll tell you what. Those dogs are not going to take any mess. Aw, they understood the assignment and protect her. Dad is built, and he doesn't need as much protection, but the baby, definitely. Yeah. Templar says horses being funny and adorable. Horses can be as playful as dogs. Look at these horses. And they're scratching their butt. Fat Cow says, my circus freak inspired doll is done. I know. I had other things, more important things to work on, but my ADHD brain decided I had to make this, and ADHD brain wins or it doesn't leave me alone. I actually like the doll. I think it looks pretty doggone cool. It kind of looks like me when I'm done doing a 6-hour react to Foodie. I mean, that doll looks like how I feel reacting to Foodie anymore. Ray's Dactylion says she's bigger around than tall. Halloweenie's Ham Fart Badusi says there's a good thing to measure her width. She's the size of a stove. Good Lord. Good Lord. Aw, Punch Cat says Bunny was abandoned by birth mother as a baby. Now views the orange cat as her parent. Aw. See, different species can get along and form friendships. And Bunny just kind of flops next to Kitty. That's sweet. Enigma 2025 says she still hasn't learned anything about her diabetes and continues to ask for VIBs of 13.4 is bad. Yes, it is very bad. Yet she's not worried at all. If she took her health seriously, she would have to learn about everything in the classes she was supposed to go to. Chantal's not stupid. She acts stupid, but she's not stupid. There's no ignorance here. She knows that 13.4 is bad. It's extremely high. She knows. All right, now this clip right here. Can I say something about this clip before we watch it? The things she's about to say are gross. They are absolutely gross. And just because she's a woman saying it doesn't make it any less gross. So, context, she says she's writing down the number of times that Salah kisses her per day. She's keeping a notebook of writing down how many times he kisses her. The gross part is she says, if you don't kiss me, no $9,000 for you. That's the part that I thought was really icky. Like if he's essentially almost saying she's kind of, how can I say it? Putting him in a position of, if you want to get paid, you have to touch me. You have to touch me. I know you don't want to touch me, but you have to touch me. That's predatory and that's gross. But let's watch the clip.
And to me, the logic, like, your man isn't home, isn't with you. Like, why would I stay with someone that doesn't love me or want to spend time with me?
Well, you did that with Natter. You gave Natter a lot of money back in the day. And yes, he touched you, but not a whole lot. He did what he had to do. And he did it with the help of party favors, liquor, and chemicals. That's how he can get the job done. Between the math and the Viagra and the Coca-Cola, he would have stuck it in a watermelon if you told him to. But you stayed with Natter. Natter didn't love you. Yet you kept giving him money because you liked the aesthetics. It was all about the eye aesthetics. He appealed to your sense of vision. I don't know why, but it did. Same thing with Salah. It's all about the physical appeal to you. That's what you're paying for, the physical appearance, I guess. But you put up with it with Natter. Why wouldn't you put up with it with Salah?
I'm very needy with attention.
Oh, I know. You're needy with attention, and that's what drives people away. The fact that you're too needy. Chantal, you need too much. You can never get enough attention. You could be in a stadium full of people giving you attention and it still wouldn't be enough. All the people in the universe could give you attention and it still wouldn't be enough. You'd still demand more and more and more. And you have no idea how exhausting it is to be around a person like you. You allow no one, no kind of life, no way to live life, enjoy life. You're like, your life should just be only me, me, me. And it drives people away.
very needy.
Yeah, I know.
I actually, I have a notepad on my phone. I can't believe I'm telling you this. It's kind of a joke. It's kind of like a loving joke, but
It's not a loving joke. And I think this joke started because people kept coming at her and saying, he doesn't touch you. He doesn't want to be around you. He doesn't like you at all. So maybe she's been putting pressure on Salah to just be around her and touch her just because people are saying that.
I write down how many kisses I get every day.
Then that notepad is pretty empty because he's never there. He's never there. And Chantal, if you're around somebody, I don't care if it's a husband, boyfriend, friend, if you have to practically force someone to touch you, they don't want to touch you. And you shouldn't make them. And the fact that you're a woman changes nothing. No one should force another person to touch them. That is wrong. That is wrong. He doesn't want any kind of physical contact. He doesn't even want to be in the same room as you. That's why he's staying away. He feels better without you than with you. And he wants you to go home. He really, really wants you to go home. He wants this whole thing to be over. He wants you to leave peacefully. And yet you are deciding, I'm not going to go home. So since you want to stay in Kuwait, let him be in peace and stop trying to force affection from a man who doesn't want to give it to you.
And if the number is hitting low, it's time to top it up. Oh, girl, we know that. Yeah. Yeah. It's Julia plain cheese. Who does it look like to you, BBJ? My ex husband, tell us. It's true. I write it down.
And Mo Translate says, Enigma 2025 says she's really not joking about the 9K. Mo Translate says keeping track of how many kisses you get per day in a notepad on your phone is crazy work. And also claiming to track his every move via a location sharing app is wild. If this were me, I'm choosing the single life and peace of mind. I'm not doing all that if there's no trust, right? Because a real relationship, if you don't have trust, then you don't have love. And if you don't have trust and love, you don't have a real relationship.
Right, daily kiss quota. That's weird. My ex-husband used to come home smelling of cigars and whiskey. It used to drive me crazy. Must be nice. You don't need to worry about that. Well, the smoke, that's, yeah, they smell like smoke. All the men here smoke.
And so do you. What's your point? You smoke shisha.
Most of them. Not everyone, but my boyfriend at work can't stay with me. No, mine is not 24/7 either, Yasmin. But mine is self-employed, so. How many do you have written down now?
0.
Actually, I didn't keep track today.
Oh, actually, I didn't keep track today. That's because he's not there. Wouldn't you know the number of how many times you've been kissed that day? Wouldn't it just like roll off your tongue? Anybody, anybody with a husband or a girlfriend, if somebody asked you, how many times did your girlfriend kiss you today? You'd know the number. How many times did your wife kiss you today? You'd know the number. He doesn't want to touch her. He's not there.
Do you have a spreadsheet? Yeah. I'm too dumb for a spreadsheet. I forget how to use those. Must meet quota to get paid. Yeah, you want your $9,000, buddy?
As if she would give him $9,000. As if she's got $9,000 to give. If Chantal has $9,000 in her pocket, she wouldn't give it up to Salah, even if he starfished with her for 4 hours. She's a miser. She's cheap. She's dirt cheap. She's not going to give up her money to Salah. She's always thinking about herself and her addictions and making sure she's got money for her addictions. So even if he did the nasty with her to the point where it broke the bed, she still wouldn't give him 9 grand. But the fact that she just said that, it's gross. It's gross. Oh, you want to get paid? You have to give me some physical affection. Chantal, listen, we're both women. Although your womanhood, I'm questioning it. I'm not quite sure how I share the same gender as you. I'm not even sure how we're the same species. Like I don't know how that happened. That must have been some kind of a freak accident. But as a woman looking at you, another woman, how can you be okay with, and how can it doesn't, how does it not feel yucky that you're forcing affection from a man who doesn't want to give it to you? If you force a man to give you affection, it's not real affection. Like, how can you feel good forcing someone to touch you? That would just feel really gross and wrong to me. You know, it just would. Absolutely would. All right, I have to show this to you guys. Now, this woman is absolutely awesome. I don't know who she is, but I applaud her. Interesting things. This amazing woman built an apartment for cats in the winter. So this woman, like, she built an entire apartment complex for stray cats, so that they have a nice warm place to sleep when it gets wintertime. And then when she discovered that these cats, the water dish kept freezing up, she fixed that. She put out some fresh water and she fixed it to where the water container was heated so the water wouldn't freeze up. Like, she just thought of everything. And now these kitties have a nice warm place to go to during the winter. They always have fresh running water. I mean, look at them. They're happy. Like, the whole thing is heated. Like, she built an entire apartment complex for cats. And I salute you, madam. I do. I salute you. Lizzie says, this sounds like she has complained to him about the lack of affection, and reaction channels must be right. You won't love more than anything. Why else would she keep track other than to throw it in his face? I don't know. But I think he's at the point where he's indifferent. He does not care what she does as long as he's left out. All right. You guys want to prove that Foodie is a liar? Here's something from Meandering Thoughts. How the story of how Foodie Beauty got Julia changed over time. And this looks like it's courtesy of the Kiwi Farms. Add this to the list of lying for no reason. The original story was they got Julia from Salah's friend. Then it evolved to Salah's friend was moving, so they had to rehome her. Then it was they got Julia from Salah's friend, who got her from a previous owner, so they didn't know if she was vaccinated or not. And you wonder why people automatically assume everything that comes out of your mouth is a lie? The only part of the adopting Julia storyline that has remained constant over and over is that she was in a pink basket when they picked her up. That is why I believe they didn't snatch Julia from the street. Why not just say you got her from Facebook Marketplace in the first place? No one would care. I've never seen this kind of pathological lying in my real life. So there you go. See how the stories switch around? She can't keep her story straight. All right, so moving along. And these are screenshots from the live she did yesterday. Thank you, Ash Renee. Foodie Beauty, when 600-pound life means hoarders. So here's a shot from her fridge. As you can see, there's not much food in the fridge. There's stuff in the freezer. Like all of this is like frozen, like bread. There's all kinds of bread here. I don't know why she freezes the bread, but she does. But like all kinds of like pita bread, pita bread, pita bread. So there's really not much in the way of healthy food in her fridge. It's all processed. Soda, got lots of soda. Messy kitchen. And this is her making food at her desk, not in the kitchen. Interesting. Enigma 2025 says this isn't a normal relationship where one significant other be that the girl or man keeps tabs on them via location sharing. He has many phones. He wants you to think he's being good even when he's not. Men learn how to hide better the next time. That is true. When somebody gets caught in something and they realize their mistake, if they intend to make another mistake, they learn how to hide it better. It's like, oh, you caught this on my one phone? Well, I'll just get another phone that you don't know about, or I'll learn to do things a little bit more sneaky. Acadia Strong says, her family enjoyed being drama-free while she's away. Remember when her mother posted this? So this picture, I believe, is from Shmi's Instagram or Facebook. And she just posted this saying some people don't want to be fixed because being broken gets some attention. That feels like a slap to Chantal. I'm pretty sure it was. Enigma 2025 says she laughs, but she also keeps his wallet so he can't leave the house or she thinks he can't. Yet she wants us to think Nader was controlling keeping her keys so she couldn't leave from him. She's the controlling one and abusive. These are signs of abuse. Yeah, like all of the stories she told about Nader, he won't let me leave. I can't leave the house, right? She couldn't leave the house. Yet she's controlling Salah, taking his keys, taking his wallet, taking his food, all of that. That's crazy work. Florida Salt and Sass says, this is weird, dysfunctional, and flat out crazy. Huge ick. Yeah, I got the ick from it too. What else we got here? Okay, size comparison for Foodie. Narky says, Miriam, you're blocking the entire stove. So she's about the same width as the stove. That's That's nuts. Look. Florida Salt and Sass says, oof. Halloweenies Ham Fart Paducey says, there's a good thing to measure her width. She's the size of a stove. Dang. Dang, girl. I said, dang. What else we got here? Anything else? Oh, I had to share this with you guys. Look at this. All of my bakers in the audience, those of you that love to cook, y'all got to try this. Y'all pay attention now. Look, banana cheesecake delight. What? What? You get the graham cracker crust. Okay, I'm invested. You got the cheesecake filling. Got it. Then we have some banana pudding. We're making that. All right, I'm with you. Ooh, we got a little bit of rum. What else? Bananas. All right, chop up the bananas. Got the bananas. Oh, the pudding's on top. All right, I'm following you. What else we got? Cool Whip. Oh, that looks sinful. I'm sorry. Am I acting hungry? Ooh, caramel on top too. That looks so rich. Y'all, one of y'all got to make this and tell me how it tastes. I bet it's sinful. I got a 80s nostalgia channel. It's 1987. You just been dropped off at the mall. What's the first store you're hitting first? Well, when I was young, when being dropped off at the mall by my mom, the first place I'm hitting is the video arcade to play the pinball machines and the video and the video games. When you're a kid, you go straight there. And then maybe afterwards you hit the food court and get yourself a slice of pizza and a soda. You're there to do the fun stuff. Those are my days. Go to the game arcade, get a bunch of quarters, go to the game arcade, then you go to the food court, got to hit the food court, get a piece of pizza or something after playing games. Yep. All right, so I think we're caught up with all of that, and that didn't take too long. And I am not starting from the beginning from her super long live, but y'all can see, look how long this live went on for. 6 hours, 27 minutes. This is crazy work. I cannot. And that's why we're cutting out 2 hours of this SOB. Because I ain't got all night. And even if I did, most of this live is trash. I'm here for the talking. That's it. And it's got to be entertaining talking. If it's not entertaining, I am going to use my power of fast forward to get to the good stuff. But she just took a break. She went to the bathroom, and this is where we're starting from. And I hope you guys enjoy the react. So let's do this.
Really? He was Arab, yeah. So, but he probably wasn't Kuwaiti. He was probably like Egyptian or something. I'm not saying that to be racist. I'm saying because like a lot of the time, like anytime I've seen like there are some well-off Egyptians here. I'm not saying all of them are, but I haven't seen like a Kuwaiti beggar. I don't know.
I want to know why? Because you never go out and do anything. You never talk to anybody. And yet you're judging. And Chantal, look what you're doing in Kuwait. Madam, you're in Kuwait. You're doing your YouTube stuff, but you're also begging online. You're begging. You've begged your viewers for money. You try to disguise your begging in the form of fan sponsorships for them to buy you food so that your meals are paid for. You have begged people for money to pay for cat food because you didn't want to spend $10 to buy Julia food. It's crazy the amount of begging that you've done. And another thing, and I got a bone to pick with you over this, madam, all the money that you make on YouTube And in the past, you've gone to food banks. You're taking food away from people that don't have the income you do, and they need the food more. And here's the really infuriating thing: you'll get food from the food bank, and then you'll let it rot in your fridge. You don't even eat what you take. You don't need food from the food banks. You don't. You eat fast food anyway. Leave the food alone if you don't need it, which you don't, and it's just going to rot. Let people that need it be able to get it. And thank you.
You know what? Living, I'm right, SB? I'm not saying, I'm just saying how it is. Like, when you live here, you get to know, like when I first came here, I was so like surprised how Salah could just tell where someone was from like just by looking at them. You get to know like
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm harping on this, and I apologize to my audience. I just think it's incredible that if Salah is looking down his nose at beggars, and if Chantal is looking down her nose at anyone who might be a beggar, or perhaps say in need, or homeless, someone who might be fallen on hard times, the nerve of these two to look down their nose. When Salah, to get by, what is he doing? He's latched onto this overgrown, overstuffed, offensive, gluttonous, overfed tick. To live in a somewhat nice villa, he had to do that. He invited this into his life. He brought disgrace to the family name and to the family just because he didn't want to go out and work and make his own way, the right way, the way he should have done it. In a roundabout way, he has to beg from Chantal because he's not doing a normal job for a normal boss. He's literally at her mercy. And she's not even paying him anymore. She's cut him off. To get money out of her, he's got to have some kind of contact with her, apparently. Like, this is what his life has come to because he made it that way. So she gets online and she begs from people, and then he begs from her. So they're both beggars. So two people who are beggars, do they have any right to judge anyone who might beg as well? No.
You know what I mean? Buy a new piece for the shisha. Sorry, Capricorn. No, he looked Egyptian. Beggars are usually South Asian and North African, and they're usually not homeless. Most Khaliji are well off, yeah. But there is a working class of Kuwaits. Like, they're not... Look at my eyes. I think it is a wonky filter or something. There's no way my eyes are not like this. Yeah, they are. I have a bulgy eye. Because I did see like a TikTok of a Kuwaiti person saying not all Kuwait people are super rich. Some are super mega rich, like rich in ways that, like, I was watching with Salah a live stream on TikTok. This like this guy from Qatar, he gifted, TikTok, okay? Gifting a lion is like, for them, it's like a $400 gift, okay? Whatever. Flip your camera. And then ketchup chip accountability. They're still here. The other ones are in Salah's room.
If there was ever a picture that anybody ever needed, if they asked the question, Does Chantal care about her health? Will she ever care about her health? As they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And that right there is your answer. So, for anybody who might be a VIB, do you want to ask the question? Will she ever care about her health? Does she care about her health? That right there. Someone who's a diabetic, who's almost 600 pounds, they're sitting there eating between 7 to 10,000 calories a day. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. I'm not. In order for Chantal to maintain 500 pounds, she's got to eat 5,000, 6,000 calories a day. If she eats more than that, she gains weight. And for comparison, I'm a 130 something pound woman. My calorie intake is 2,000 or lower. So she's eating more than twice what I do, and she's shorter. Hence the reason why she's gaining weight. She's not even moving. But if she cared about her health, she wouldn't be eating that crap. She didn't just get a bag of chips, she got a supersized bag meant for a Super Bowl party. That's the kind of stuff she's eating. That's the kind of stuff that says, I don't care about my health. I don't care at all. There's your answer if you're looking for it.
With him. The ones from yesterday I opened. But anyway, he gifted 25 lions in a row to a poor Egyptian family, a poor family in Egypt. Like the type of rich they are is like insane.
Yeah, and I'm sure you watch those TikToks. And remember what I told you, Chantal, about your problem is you covet. You covet. You're always coveting. You look around at other people, how they live, where they live, how much money they have. If you're on YouTube, how many people are subscribed to a channel? What's the engagement? How many super chats they get? And you covet. And that coveting leads to what? It leads to jealousy. It leads to envy. It leads to anger. It leads to rage. It leads to lashing out. You can't base your life on what other people have and what they acquire. If you do, you will never feel a sense of satisfaction that way. You'll never be happy because even if you have a good life, if you look around and you see somebody with what you perceive as a better life on the outside, it's going to make you feel a certain kind of way. I mean, that's the entire reason why I don't live my life that way. I don't covet what other people have. I don't see the sense in it. And if there's somebody around me that they are successful, if they have more money, if they live in a better house, if they drive a better car, I applaud them. I celebrate their success. I don't feel negatively about it. I admire the hard work that went into getting those things and the determination and the dedication and the time, but no coveting. And I am happy because I don't covet, but you always covet. And that's why you're always unhappy.
2% of Kuwait is unemployed. That's nothing. 2%. See what I mean? Because Kuwait is not a country where you can get citizenship. It's a country where you come to work, basically. And the workers, if you have enough money, it doesn't even have to be a lot of money, but you have to be able to support your family. You can get a family visa. 2% is crazy.
And I apologize for the sound of that stupid shisha. Chantal. There's either garbage going in your mouth or garbage coming out of your mouth. Or you sticking something in your mouth that's still irritating. Your mouth just isn't a pleasant thing, is it?
Maybe, SB. If you're an expat though and you are out of a job, you're gone. Power outages in the summer sometimes for a couple hours to conserve you. Not often. Get camembert bites, strawberries. Uh-oh, there's remnants of my mascara. Did my voodoo? Did they accept my prayer? Seriously.
Probably not.
Okay, Mariah. No problem. Enjoy. Use ketchup chips in place of breadcrumbs and meatloaf. Really? I don't use breadcrumbs in my meatloaf. Minecraft, get the Minecraft meal. You were telling me to get it, so get it. Get it. What should I do? Also, many Gulf countries utilize are free for their sit-in utilities. Yeah, we don't pay utilities. Oh, the pool. We should pool bees. Yeah, Westerners think immigration happens the way it does, like in the US or Canada. It's so different. You don't immigrate to the Gulf without a specific reason and duration. Yeah. Doritos, Ashley? I like using stuffing. Or,
She's talking about food. I don't give an F. Let's go.
I mean, I guess, I don't know. It depends on the person, but maybe just like you'd have to really keep up with yourself. I think you would be more like a trophy wife in a way. Gulabi. Hello. That's okay. Can we actually pool bees? Could be healing for the boil. I have some waterproof bandages. She'll stick to being a trophy sloth. Karen. Because you are going to have a lot of expectations as their wife, you know, like.
I want to add this in really quick. So Chantal has made mention that she doesn't want to be in Kuwait in the summer. And the summer is fast approaching, isn't it? I mean, we are April the 10th today. April, May, June. Ooh, ooh. Uh, the summer is fast approaching and the temperatures are going to soar. And is a thing over there that during deep summertime, there are rolling blackouts. And Chantal absolutely needs her air conditioning. I don't know if she's ever experienced a rolling blackout, but she has mentioned several times, I don't want to be here during the summer. Like she just can't take the heat. So I don't know if she's coming back to Canada, but she might.
And I didn't mean be derogatory towards Egyptians because that guy, there was an Egyptian beggar, but there's also Salah has Egyptian friends who are like engineers. Like a lot of them will come to work here as engineers actually.
Chantal, I am absolutely amazed with you because everybody, like, we're all born with something. I don't know what to call the something. I don't know what name you want to give it, but there's something in all of us that it's it's almost like a slipper to the back of the head. When you start talking, usually something kicks in your head that lets you know what, you're sounding stupid right now. Maybe you should shut up. Like you're putting your foot in your mouth. Maybe you should just clam up. You don't seem to have that mechanism. Like I don't think you realize just how awful you're sounding right now. Like that mechanism should be like the red button has been pushed, but you're not responding. You're just making the situation worse.
A lot of Syrians here will run like businesses, restaurants, perfume businesses, stuff like that. Is like the norm what you see. 3 other women, yeah. Hi, Anno. What other woman who moved to Egypt? Oh, Miriam Harbawi? Yeah, she's nice.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Whatever happened to that person you met at the coffee shop, Chantal? The one who was really nice, very attractive, brought you flowers. She only came around that one time. And I know this because if you had met up with her multiple times, you would have turned her into content. What happened there? I thought she liked you.
Many Syrians here have pharmacies? The salty seawater. How did I know he was? I could just tell how he looked.
I could just tell someone how they look if they're a beggar. Says the biggest, most disgusting beggar on YouTube.
And he was speaking Arab. So, like, Khalijis have a certain look, and then Egyptians have a certain look. It's like you can just tell, like, when specifically in Kuwait, like maybe in the rest of the world, I couldn't tell if someone was Egyptian or you know what I mean. But like here, you just get to know like the dynamic. I don't know how to explain it.
You get to know the dynamics as a person who never leaves the house, never talks to anybody, avoids everyone at every opportunity. Acting like you go out and talk to people and you know the deal. Stop.
And I don't mean that in a derogatory way.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. On your high horse, on your pedestal, bitch. Yes, you do. I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I'm just talking about it in a derogatory way. I'm about to get mad.
At all, you know? What girl in the US? Kuwaitis. I don't know what they do mostly for jobs. Honestly. I think they own things, properties, real estate, entrepreneurs. The one who hit her kids with a spoon. I understand you. You know what I mean, BSMH? But you live in also in a Gulf country, so can we listen to Ninth Pyramid? Ew. Her husband was Muslim. She converted. Ooh. It's like that in Europe. You can tell an Italian from Greek. Really, Sarah? Series about learning Arabic. Maybe about learning Arabic, but I don't know. Jean never came back. That's true. I know, baked. I'm trying.
No, you're not. You're sitting there smoking right in front of everybody. How are you trying?
Juice caboose. Jackie. I mean, I need to update my emojis, which is the main perk. Memberships are a good way just to support my channel. And also, I can maybe figure out something else, but like.
What she means is memberships are a good way to support my addiction because that's really the real truth. You give her membership money, you're supporting her food addiction. I mean, the channel is free. It's not like she has to pay rent to YouTube for her channel. You know? Like she's like, it's a good way to support my channel. Like YouTube is not charging her rent. It's not charging her maintenance. It's not charging her utility bill. The channel is free. It costs nothing for her to maintain the channel. So all the money you guys give her go to her for whatever she wants to use it for. And what she wants to use it for is her food addiction. So what she means to say is, I need help with my food addiction. I eat way too much food. I eat through my paycheck. So thanks for the help in, filling in the blank spaces where my money doesn't reach. And by the way, her mentioning the emojis. Can I just tell y'all that making an emoji takes all of like 3 seconds? It doesn't take forever to make an emoji. That's lazy.
Jackie, it doesn't matter because too many people, they steal the content anyways, and they
What are we stealing? What are we stealing? How can you say we steal your content, Chantal? First of all, it's got to be something worth stealing. I'm sorry, I don't see much value here. I don't see the value you're putting into yourself or your channel because you put none. It's not worth much. Sitting and smoking a shisha pipe, eating a bunch of food, anybody could do that. And I mean anyone. There's nothing exclusive here. You're not exactly riding a tricycle and juggling torches of fire while eating marshmallows. It's not that kind of unique content. And how can we steal if you still have your content on your channel? We're not taking it away from you. We're just taking the original copy and making it better. But you still have the original at all times.
they stream it. So it's just no point, unfortunately. So I have to find something else.
Good, go. Get out of here. I'm serious. If you have to take a break from YouTube, you want to take a break, you need to recharge yourself, you need to get some ideas, go for it. Take a break for a month. We don't mind. Give everybody on YouTube a chance to breathe. Let everybody be cleansed of the negativity that is you. Let the healing begin. As long as you're here, like you just nothing but negative energy. That's all you bring to YouTube as well as yourself. Go away. And I'm saying that as a reactor. You are not a positive aspect on YouTube. You're not doing anything educational nor entertaining. You're nothing but negative energy, Chantal. Go fix that.
Why would they bother stream sniping you if you're so boring? Right? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm not. Yeah.
Turd Ferguson says reaction channels should only get 30%. Actually, I think we should take her 30%. We work harder on her content than she does. We should get a cut of what she makes. We make her stuff better. We work harder.
Yeah, I wish, Turd. Yeah, rip Sarah. That's sad.
There we go. Fish Stick says, but people paying for your membership should have perks that you don't offer us any perks, which is why I personally haven't bought a membership because there's no benefit. Well, I am glad that some of the beezers over there are waking up and they're realizing, hey, you know what? I really don't see the sense in paying my money because there's no perks. I'm not getting anything special. Um, uh, why not just stay like a regular viewer? There's no members only streams. There's no nothing. What is the point of paying $5 if there's no real benefit? I am so glad people are drinking the coffee today.
She was so comforting. Was she even really that? Like, I don't think she died of being. What did she? I don't know what she died of, but.
Volpe says, but you just said you don't care about stream snipers. So what do you mean then? Why wouldn't members only be okay? Honestly, those of you that are members, if I were you, I would be angry at Chantal because twice she did members only lives and twice she put the members only lives to public. So she scammed you guys out of money, claiming that she was going to do a members only live. And then she turned right the F around and put it public for people to watch for free.
Just stop blocking people. But people paying for your membership should have perks. You don't authorize any perks. Well, I'm open to ideas of perks like that would, you know.
What about making up for all the membership money that you've taken already from the people who've been supporting you for a long time? What about doing something special to kind of make up the fact that you've been lazy for months and months and months? Do something special to kind of make up all those months you weren't doing anything.
I mean, like, I don't care that they do it, but why would people subscribe to get members only content when they can watch it for free? I don't know.
Well, that's why you've got to be proactive. If you're serious, you would do like the public content, and then there would be exclusive content just for the members. And even if you only have 8 members who watch the content, it would still be incentive for other people who might become members, are like, oh, she's creating members only content. I wonder what's in it. Maybe I should get a membership and watch. You got to give people an incentive to spend money, Chantal. You don't do that. You're not a smart businesswoman at all. You're not a good salesperson. You don't know how to sell. You want people to buy into a product, and yet there's no product on the shelf. You feel me? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, fish sticks again, saying, but you're the creator. That's your job to provide us with new exciting perks. You don't do that. You don't put any effort in, at least reaction channels stay on top of that. Thank you. Thank you for saying that, fish sticks. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Jackie. I appreciate you guys who are members. I do. I've had some members who were like, yeah, maybe the Discord. I have to learn about that. I'll think about perks. Don't worry.
Yeah, like,
Meet and greet.
can I listen? Any beaters coming over here? I'm just gonna save you the trouble. Look, I know you guys don't like the reaction channels. You may not like me, and that's fine if you don't like me. You don't have to like me. You don't have to like me to listen to what I have to say. We don't have to be friends. We don't have to brush each other's hair. You don't have to be a sub. You could just be someone in the audience watching this video right now. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say anyway. I'm gonna do a solid for you and just let you know. This is something that Chantal does. She makes promises, empty promises. She never follows through. Yeah, I'm going to do perks. Yeah, I'm going to create members only lives. I'm gonna, but she never follows through. But she strings you guys along with, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. If she hasn't done it yet, she's not going to do it. But she's very happy to string you along and keep you guessing and keep you waiting and keep you watching and get that members only VIB membership, because you're waiting around for something to happen that doesn't happen. And in the meantime, she's collecting your money. Understand the scam game that's going on here.
Greet. You gonna come to the United to the Middle East?
Dang, Fish Sticks is coming in hot, saying, I mean, you've never done a giveaway, or the last giveaway, you didn't even send the coffee to Lambo. So for those who are wondering, what? Okay, context. Chantal went to Cuba. When she came home from Cuba, she had some Cuban coffee. She was supposed to send that to her main, one of her main mods, Ashley Lamborghini. She never sent the coffee to Ashley. No, she didn't. So I'm telling you, empty promises.
No, baked Korean. Giveaways are hard where I am right now, unless.
No, it's not. That is such a lie. Giveaways are so hard. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. You can get some Amazon gift cards and give those out. You ain't got to give out hundreds of dollars. Just get some simple gift cards that people can redeem through Amazon. How hard is this? You ain't got to go to a post office or nothing.
It would be like money, but I mean, I need every buck I can get right now, okay?
Oh, there it is. I need every buck I can get. Beezers, listen. She's cheap. She is cheap. Think about all that you do for her. Think. You watch her lives for hours, putting God knows how much Google AdSense money in her pocket. You afford her this lifestyle where she can sit on her butt and not work. Sitting in front of a monitor or a camera, smoking shisha, eating her guts out, not a job. This is what she'd be doing anyway. This is nothing special. This is just normal, every day to day stuff. But you give her the freedom to live this life, to eat that food. And she can't be bothered to pay any of that back. Life is about give and take. If you take, therefore, you also must give. She doesn't want to give. She would never go out and buy 20 bucks, 30 bucks in gift cards for y'all as a thank you. But she will spend $60 to $80 on a Cheesecake Factory meal, won't she? You've seen her do it. It's all about herself. Selfish heart she has. That's the way she's always been, and that's the way she's going to be.
The members watching you first? Maybe. Hey, Mary Phillip. Yeah, that's sad. I know.
Fish sticks. You've been promising members perks and emojis and even merch for years. Either do it or don't. Right.
Oh, Julie. I bet it's hard.
Fish sticks, you're going to get banned. You're going to make her mad.
On Sarah's family and her husband. Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for what you're saying, Fish sticks, but you're speaking too much truth, and Chantal don't like that.
Yeah. A server on Discord? A channel that plays my chats? Just make fun content like a wardrobe clearance and we choose what you throw. I want to, like, some clothes just don't fit me anymore. But the way I'm shaped, I don't like the way the clothes fit me. Like, I have to have clothes that, like, really cover me. So maybe I should start wearing bed skirts, bed sheets.
You know, Chantal, the blue and white striped dress you were recently wearing, I remember when that one was very loose on you, and now it's gotten rather tight. You're gaining weight.
I think so, Capricorn. I don't have that many clothes.
Yeah, because you're outgrowing them.
I should do dares. But I
pay attention to what's going on here, Beezers. She wants what she's saying without saying is I prefer to sit here and smoke and eat and just blabber about nothing and do nothing. And anything that might be remotely entertaining, you have to pay me for. If you want true entertainment, you got to pay me extra. You got to send the super chats. When entertainment should be free.
I pick the dares and you guys choose, like for a small super chat or something.
See, there it is. In order for me to be, if you guys want me to be fun, if you want me to be entertaining, you got to pay extra. Send me a super chat. Why should people pay you to be entertaining when you're the content creator and your content, whatever it is, should be entertaining? You're already getting paid, you moron. You're getting paid the Google AdSense money. God knows you overload your lives with the ads as it is. Is that not enough? Is it not enough that you got memberships? You milk your beezers for all they're worth. And I don't even understand why they're hanging around, like why they even picked up, like, you don't care about them. You care about their money, and you're always trying to devise other ways to get more money out of them, but you are not interested in entertaining them. Something you could do for free. You're in your house. If you are creative, there's all kinds of fun things you could do in your house to be entertaining. But why should these people pay you extra to be entertaining when the reaction channels do it for free all the time? We do it for free. Entertainment is not something that we charge extra for. We just are.
Buy fabric from the souk?
It's like you're trying to force your beezers to give you extra money. You're trying to force the money out of them in a really negative way. It's like you want me to be entertaining, give me more money. And yet, even if they gave you more money, there's no guarantee you will be entertaining. You may just take the money and run like you always do.
Yeah, bed sheets and buckets. No, I don't, Zach. No, cutie, Jean. Sheen has lovely plus size. Yeah, true.
Cutie Jean Whitaker says, I dare you to shart on stream. Oh, you don't have to dare her to do that. That'll probably just happen on its own. The way she's going on and on with the food and eating every 2 hours, she's going to have bubble guts. It's going to happen for free. No dare necessary.
A good seamstress? There are a lot. That would be a good stream to do, but I have to go to the bathroom all the time. We would have to load up on about 3 Imodiums. Voice memos? What is that? It has happened. Remember in Thailand? Uh-oh. You guys, when I say uh-oh, you automatically go to the think that I crap my pants.
Well, that's because it happened. You told us that happened. That you just, your bowels were a bit loose and it happened. Like you were just like messing yourself all over the place. You went through all of your underwear.
That's what's funny. So I'll do a Q&A. He's not going to, he's more private than me. Yeah, how does she do the voice chat thing? Where does she do the voice chat, CM?
You're the content creator. Why don't you look it up, lazy? Why are you asking your beezers how to do your job? If she wants to know how to do voice chat or memos or OBS or whatever else she needs for a stream, she can look it up. There are tutorials for everything everywhere on YouTube. All you got to do is watch the videos and figure it out.
Health status and bad diet. Yeah, she was a food lover. I know as a food lover, I know when I see one.
Oh. This is what you look like, says, where's your husband? Yeah, where is he? Not with you, apparently.
Like, she loved food. And that's why she made really good food. You know? This is what you look like. I do look like that! Thanks for the super chat. I look like that! Who is that? Ow.
That's Marty. I think it's Marty Feldman. I think I recognize that picture when he was playing with Gene Wilder in is it Bride of Frankenstein? It's Marty Feldman. Yes.
Oh, my eyeball, bulgy eyeball hurts. I need an eyeball massage. Instagram DM voice notes? Oh, that's a good idea. Hey, Laura, I'm going to copy you. Is that okay? It's tobacco, T-Berry. Young Frankenstein,
Oh, I didn't know this happened. Living Eye Roll says, "Is that the same eye you saw the floaters in the other day?" She's got floaters in her eye? That's not good. She needs to go get her eyes checked then. Sounds like the beatus might be affecting her vision. And if that's the case, don't drive anymore, Chantal.
See the abuse I take on a daily basis? No, the floaters was in this eye, actually. Ew. Is that a fly? What is that? I had a fly in my eye.
Turd Ferguson says, "Why are the reaction channels so hateful?" We're not hateful. We're just truthful. Don't mistake truthful for hateful. Just because some of them say things in a harsh way doesn't mean they're hateful. We can't exactly say nice things about Chantal if she's doing not nice things. You understand? I mean, she's hateful. When she goes off, you beezers are all like, "Go off, Chantal, go off." You praise her. But if we do it, we're hateful people. Pick a lane.
Hi, Starlight. No, I don't think she would. She makes quadruple the amount of money I do anyways. Oh, you added me on Instagram? I have to go to my Instagram. I haven't been there in days. The other one is just retracting. Or we still get carbeezes in summer? Maybe. No, yeah, we probably will, Layla. I'm not going to stay in like all the time, but I'd like to do a mall walk challenge. Walk the avenues one day.
Yeah, good luck with that. She's doing, you see what she's doing? She's talking about all these things she wants to do, that she's going to do. And by saying these things in front of the Beezers, she's giving them hope. Because there are people in her audience that they're not the food fetish people. They're hoping that she gets her act together and she gets healthy and they get different content and she takes them places. That is the dream of these kinds of subscribers. She knows they're starving to death because she doesn't do anything. She's doing the exact opposite of what they hope she would do. So every now and again, to keep them around, she has to feed them a sliver of hope. And that's what she's doing right now, talking about these things. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. She ain't going to do nothing. She's a liar.
It's going to take hours. Oh, really, Sarah? Okay, I'll check into it after. I haven't had a cigarette in a while.
You don't have to. You're smoking the shisha. That's equal to 90 cigarettes. Girl, even if I tried, I couldn't smoke 90 all at once. That would make me ill.
Did I smoke in Thailand? I don't think last time I did I?
Yeah, you did. You smoked the green in Thailand. And you were smoking cigarettes too.
I never answer. I'm bad for answering DMs, I know. That's a good idea. I'd like to go back to Canada in summer, but it's a arduous trip and it's a lot of money.
I'll tell you what costs even more money. Staying in Kuwait, eating a bunch of fast food, gaining more weight and becoming bedbound or ending up in the hospital. I'm sure that would be much more expensive. If your health reaches a critical point or if you have a medical event, that can be really expensive. That can total up into the thousands of dollars. So you might want to go home.
It's from your game account. Okay. I'll check anyway. I don't have I have a Fitbit, but I don't have a Fitbit charger. Nicole! Okay, what chair dance? Thanks for gifting membership, Nicole. Who got it so I can do the ready set beat? Oh, okay. What dance can I do? You want me to get up and do one? I don't have pants on.
Why? Why don't you have pants on? Who does that? Who comes on a live stream with no pants on? Oh, you and Amberlyn. What is it with the girls not wearing their freaking pants? What is that? Excuse me. I'm wearing my pants. I'm not coming on camera pantless. You know, I don't do that. What is she doing? Why are you coming on with no pants, girl? Ew. Is she talking about pants or pants and no underwear? You just running around half naked?
I could go put pants on.
Yeah, you should. Miss Modest Miriam, go get your freaking pants on, you heathen.
Okay, I'll go put pants on.
That is just. You mean to tell me she's sitting in that chair with her bare bottom and her bare kitty cat touching? Never mind. I'm sorry I took y'all there. I'm sorry. I just went there for a second and I'm turning back. My GPS was going in that direction and I'm turning it off. We're deleting that journey and we're not going there ever again. No.
The next member. No. Okay. Every 5 new members, I'll do a dance. How about that?
You know, Chantal, you're over 500 pounds. I think you're closer to 6. Do you realize that if you really got your head screwed on straight, and if you want to turn this whole thing around, if you wanted to make an arc where you could make money and build a whole new audience and get away from the feedies and get out of that hole that you built for yourself, you could do it by getting in shape. At your size and your weight right now, with solid hard work, it's going to take at least 3 years to get to, like, say, the 200s or the 300s, depending on your body, depending on what it does and what you do. But that could be a really, really long arc. Just exercising and talking to people and healthy eating. And it could be like the redemption, like not complete redemption, but physical redemption arc. Like, I used to be 550 pounds and now I'm 200 pounds and I'm starting at a 550 plus and I'm starting a real journey. I'm getting on top of my food addiction. I'm eating healthy and I'm going to track everything honestly. And if I fail, I'm going to talk about it. Like, that could be a long arc and a lot of people would get behind it and support it. Imagine if you can get to a place where you say, I used to be almost 600 pounds and now I'm down to say 320. And I'm going to get even lower because I have the dream of traveling Europe and doing things. The audience that you would build off of that. And yet you're determined to ruin your health because you're not understanding that the Foodie audience is a niche group. And as long as you limit yourself to the niche group, you're limiting yourself to the niche income that comes from that group, and you're going to be forever trapped by it. How could you not see that?
Ew, look at this hose. I need to go get one. Should we go get one? Wahad hose, please. The salesman doesn't speak English.
Okay, baby. Thick on the top, so.
Did she get on the couch?
Q&A voice notes.
Shut up. I'm looking to see if she jumped on the couch. So she offered to do a dance. I don't see where she got on the couch. Oh God, she's sealing. Why did you do that? Why?
You love air biscuits?
I am so not a fan of her doing the laying down streams because her face is way too close. I got to think about personal space, and I'm like, I need to lean back if you're going to lean forward. I don't like it. Get the face away from me. Like, don't breathe on me.
Spare time, you're looking at it. Maybe later I can go back out. We'll see. Sock teaser. Do some yoga? No way.
And this is another one of her patterns. People are saying, do this, do that, do some yoga. She's like, no, not really. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Da da da. Like,
My eyes always look puffy. Kate Bush? I don't think I can, Roan. I don't know who that is. Like, I don't know them enough.
okay, I want to point something out here. And this is something that I noticed Chantal started doing like a long time ago. And if you're someone you've never had an issue with food, you never had a food disorder, you will probably not know about this. But it's something that Chantal does. She is a food addict. She is an overeater. It is possible to be a food addict and not have BED. I personally believe she doesn't have it because when you have BED, there's a sense of shame and embarrassment, and you don't want people to know when you have a B moment, but she shows hers off to the public. But that's just my opinion. That's just my take. Do you know what she's doing right now? So she ate a bunch of food earlier. And essentially what she's doing right now, if you're someone and you have an issue with food and you want to eat again, if you reach a place where the tank is completely topped off, you can't put anything more in it. Like your stomach is stretched. You might lay down for a bit and wait for your stomach to settle until you feel like that pocket of space that's opened up. And then after you feel that pocket of space open up, then you get back up and you eat some more to fill up that pocket. This is something that I clocked her doing a long time ago, and she's still doing it. She's laying down, waiting for that pocket of space to show up so she can get back up and eat some more.
Yeah, you can wear earrings.
She's not tired. She's full. Her stomach is full, but the food addiction in her head is saying, keep going. So this is the way she's found to keep going. It's like, let's pause for a minute. Let the stomach digest just a little bit, and then I'll fill it up again.
Earrings on the outside of your hijab, but Salah doesn't like it. Really talkative. It's not like you can just go in all inconspicuous and get the beef patties. You have to make it a social event. Like, hey, how you doing? The beef. Sometimes I would go in and they weren't ready, and I'd be all embarrassed. Muhammad is the son of God. He's not. He's.
See, we're right back up. Are you going to get some more food, Chantal? What are you eating? What's this? What did she leave for?
I never said I have a dream life and my life is perfect. No. I'm sorry you think that. That's the impression you get. No. What I mean is I've learned to be happy despite having problems in life, because if you wait,
I'm confused though. Help me, Chantal. What about your life is a problem? You don't have a regular job that you have to deal with, nor a boss that's over you, riding your back. You do precisely what you want whenever you want. You eat what you want. You get to sleep whenever you want to sleep. You get to be awake when you ever want to be awake. You don't have any responsibilities, no children. You're not really responsible for Julia. You don't take care of her very well. You don't even have to worry about Salah. Your workload is light at best. So why is your life unhappy? If you have all the space to do what you want, there's nothing in your way, there's nothing interfering in your happiness. Where's the unhappiness coming from?
Till your life is perfect, which it never will be. Hi, Island Dragonfly. To be happy, you're never going to be happy. So, I just look around me and I practice gratitude, and it makes me.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Because if you were practicing gratitude, you ungrateful, entitled, rude, disgusting brat, you wouldn't have made the comments that you made earlier about people who are beggars and homeless. People who have a sense of gratitude would never. They would never look down their nose at the less fortunate. If anything, they would try to help the less fortunate, but they would not judge them. You screwed up. You're not grateful.
We say alhamdulillah, like, I'm so happy for everything I've been
But
blessed
you're not.
with in life.
You're not.
And I also have obstacles that I have to overcome.
Ones that you put out in front of yourself, but go ahead.
To make me stronger, if I can do it, right? So I'm grateful for not having a perfect life, if that makes any sense, because, it's just, this is the life that I have. Like, I mean, why not be grateful for it? Thanks, Karen. I don't hate Jesus. What? Not having the same belief as Jesus that Christians do doesn't mean we hate Jesus. We love Jesus. We accept Jesus as an important part of history, as a prophet. He's a prophet to us. Hey, Stephanie. Raw dogging. I use things like this because, number one, I have a very addictive. I'm an addict.
Yep. Active addict. Pay attention, Beezers. Active addict. Not in recovery. Not even a little bit into recovery, or halfway there, or almost there. Active. Raging. Not in the closet. Out of the closet. Hence the reason why you Beezers shouldn't be talking about food to her at all.
And I use it to self-soothe over things.
And you are 41 years old, and you should know better. And if it matters that much to you, it's your responsibility to fix it. What you shouldn't be doing is dumping your issues on complete strangers on the internet who cannot help you. They cannot help you. And the people that can help you, you don't listen to. You don't listen to good advice. You don't listen to what doctors have to say, or your family. That's why a lot of people stop trying. Because they could talk until they were blue in the face. You don't listen. You're not ready to listen. You're not ready. You're just not ready.
But these are like, just personal issues that have been with me for a long, long time.
You know what, Chantal? I'm just going to say, I'm just going to say it. I think there's lots and lots of people in the world. As a matter of fact, let me change that. You would be hard pressed to find just one person in the world that they've lived their life in such a way they've never experienced pain. We are all born, and at some point we experience pain and suffering. We may have bad events happen to us. We may experience death. We may experience people around us getting sick or dying or leaving us. We may experience abuse. Everybody has scars, some more different than others. You're not the only person who's experienced pain. There are more that have experienced more pain than you, but they did not let that pain define them nor stop them from who they wanted to be and where they wanted to go. They did not let those scars become their entire identity. They moved past them and they said, I am going to be happy. Despite the things that I have been through, I am going to work through things. I am going to be here and I'm going to live. You enjoy wrapping the scars and the bruises around you, and that has become your costume, your identity, your everything. You know, some people, if they have a food problem, they say, "Hi, I'm Joe, and I've got a problem with food." Your food problem is reverse. If your food problem could speak, it would say, "Hi, I'm food addiction, and Chantal's my problem." Because it's so ingrained in your identity, you can't separate yourself from it. And that is an issue.
That's deep. Yeah, she was a prostitute. Yeah. Live your best life.
Oh, here we go. Luna Bird says, why are there so many ads? So see, there you go. She stayed on live for 6+ hours and she loaded up the live with ads. And people don't like that. They don't like mega ads. And for those who watch my reacts, notice that I don't put many ads on my react videos. The most you see is like maybe 5, maybe 6, depending on how long the react is. But sometimes 4. Like, I understand that constant ads will tick you off. That's why I limit them. YouTube wants to put a lot more, but I'm like, oh, no, you don't. Don't you do that to my viewers. I refuse. So I put them on manually.
But there's no one in this world who can ever make me feel. That's where religion means so much to me. Like,
no, it doesn't. You disrespectful. I can't even say it. I can't say that bad word. Bad word want to come out of my mouth. You disrespectful slug. There, that's better. Cockroach. You're disrespectful to the spirit world. You are. You spit in its face. Shame on you.
God, because there's no one in this world that can ever make me feel bad about my life or bad about myself.
Yeah, you know why? Because you have no shame. You have no moral compass. You are spiritually empty. And when you're spiritually empty and you have no moral compass, when there's no sense of right and wrong, when you are hollow inside, you're free to do whatever kind of evil you want to do. And therefore you are, Chantal.
You know? I deny Jesus as my God. Yeah, I do.
Okay, she's talking. Oh, listen. There's 2 things you don't talk about in company: politics and religion. Because those things, it might cause a fight. It might cause disagreements. I'm I have the point of view of whatever you want to believe in. If it's good for you, if it keeps you healthy, if it makes you happy, you're not hurting anybody, that's what you should be doing. In my opinion, different religions, different belief systems, they are all branches that connect to the same tree. And there's different ways of looking at things, different angles, but none of them are wrong unless it involves hurting another person, doing harm. No belief system should include that or condone that. But she's getting in this religious talk. I don't like it. I don't.
People swim in it. I don't know if I feel like going swimming tonight.
You don't feel like going swimming, period. You don't want to get in a bathing suit.
routines that are very healthy. But yes, we can do swimming now.
So anybody in my audience, like you guys are watching this with me, do you guys see anything in this live stream that would be considered valuable property that someone would want to willingly steal? That if it was stolen, it would be that big of a loss? Do you see anything unique or custom here to where that the content creator would say, I spent $100,000 making this video. I got all the equipment. I got all the props. I flew to this location and I did everything special. And this person over here reacting to me, they're stealing my content, because I don't see it. I don't see anything extraordinary here that should warrant a screaming. There's nothing special here.
Yeah, we're gonna. I have a turkey tankini. It's got a text message that says "I love you." Do you love me even when I go like this?
See, doesn't she look bored? She looks bored.
If we go out, we have to pack an elevator bag. Pasta and cinnamon rolls are my weakness. Cinnamon rolls are good. Cinnabon is so.
Still talking about food. I don't care about food. I got Doritos and cupcakes. What do you got? I don't want to talk about food right now.
7-Eleven and get like end of the day hot dogs and taquitos. And
I'm about to make Chantal mad. I tore up the bed. Stay mad, baby. Stay mad. I got cupcakes and you don't. Ugh. And you can't have them. How about that?
Nacho sauce.
Yes, I'm petty.
After the bar.
Here. Oh, is she talking about the boil? Please no. Like, Chantal, it's been like, what, day 3, day 4 of the boil talk? I mean, give the boil a rest. Put the boil on vacation. Send it on a cruise or something.
Where are we going?
Nowhere.
Whistle while you work. I don't know.
Oh, that was a clue. So she's sitting here putting on her makeup. I think that she's got some content to do after her stream. She might be waiting for something or waiting for a certain time or something before she starts her other work. But she's kind of getting ready right now, putting on the blush and the lipstick and like Chantal, the bulk of her money is made off of YouTube, not on. So she might be getting ready to go do that. Because while I was watching this stream, like she's getting ready to go do something.
YouTube lover, I'm not sure. Banned word boil, yeah. But I'm scared of going out. Juice! Hi, Juice!
Oh, multiple times she left to go use the bathroom. Yeah, bubble guts.
Okay, thanks for being here, Mariah. Do they have Paris baguette? Yeah, I think so. Double fisting pizza with garlic.
Why is it when I scoot ahead, no matter where I stop, she's talking about food? I just can't get away from food today.
Tip. Oh my god. I do have a wire charger, but it doesn't charge fast. But I could plug it in, yeah. We could go, I guess. They stretch it by watering it down. Ew. I like the chili seasoning they give you with the cracker.
And we're out and about again to get more fast food. And she wonders why she feels so lousy anymore, and she's having to take the Tums and the Gaviscon. This right here, Chantal, you're doing the multiple eating. Your stomach is flipping you off.
Okay. Kind of expensive.
You know what I think? I think that Salah, he's not around anymore at all, and she works, she does her content on and off YouTube, but she just gets bored. She gets bored, she's got no one to talk to, and she inwardly flips out because she doesn't know what's going on with Salah, and she's a control freak, and control freaks freak out when they lose control of people that they want to control. And more Salah is getting out from under her control. Her worst nightmare is coming true. He's getting to the point where he's like, look, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. I don't care what you do. Just leave me alone. Take the car. Keep your money. I'm not interested. Go away. He is so indifferent to her. And there's nothing she can do, no lie she can tell to get him back under her wing. He doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be under her wing. He wants to use his own wings and fly away. And there's not much keeping him around her. He just wants her to go back to freaking Canada.
Cheaper than Starbucks. I don't think there's many parking spots right now. This is always empty. Remember when we come here? That's going to blow you over and cover you with sand.
Bless you. See, she went out. She could have taken us somewhere nice. Maybe took a walk on the beach or something. Like she went to her usual spot. The place was busy and she's like, oh no. Came right back home. That's the only time is when you go out to go get food, Chantal. So how do you know about Kuwait and the people who are beggars or homeless? How do you know about them?
I have carrots, but I need them for a recipe. I want to make lentil soup tomorrow, maybe. What should we make? I don't know if I could eat the sauce just plain.
Okay, you know what? I think I've done pretty good today because we're at 2 hours. I took a 6-hour live stream and cut it down to 2 hours. I rock. Well, we don't have to go any further. I got what I wanted. We're good. We'll just cut it off here. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.